The best in entertainment and sports. My name is Frank. Frank Idemudia Alapa, that's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV radio. I seriously love listening to it. Elegbete TV radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to today's edition of the show, The Sports Buffet. My name is Idafi Matthias. You love to call me the Elevator One of Sports. It's a lovely day to be alive. It's a Tuesday morning and we are all good to go. 9 o'clock as we run from now till 10 a.m. We've got a lot of running arounds to do. Yesterday, the internet decided to do what the internet normally do in Nigeria. The internet was interneting yesterday, so we had a beautiful show that started very well. 27 or 30 minutes into it, and the internet acted up. I hope it stays well, and we have a good show today. For those of you on Facebook, thank you very much for joining in. For those of you on YouTube, thank you for joining. Like I always say, YouTube is where the gist is, so you would do well to always join us on YouTube because that's where the community. Hey, Chris, I see you. Hey, my brother Chris is on with me today. It's been a while, bro. How you doing? I'm fine. I'm good. Okay, so how is it for you? Major focus for the show for discussion today is football. Okay. Football losing its fight, like the rivalry that we grew up enjoying football rivalries in the 80s into the 90s, right? I'm a late 70s child, so I grew up in the 80s into the 90s, and locally first, let's start with that. We dealt with a whole lot of rivalries, football rivalries. Just in case my backup lighting. I don't want you to see I want to go Apple. Okay. So like I was saying, we grew up in Warri, MPA versus Delta Force, Delta Glass, Delta United, all of those things. And then even just local football. There was the Invisible Leopard versus Rando. Then the club in myself, Coach BC and Uriel from the club called Bisalo United, and then we became like the strongest team in Warri at the time. Then came Globestar Football Club. There's always rivalry. Rivalries make football beautiful. But today, it seems like rivalry is frowned upon. People should just be nice. Everybody should be sweet. Everybody should be pleasant. When I was growing up, honestly speaking, and when I signed my first football license contract, I was told that Eagle Cement are our enemies. We should work hard to destroy them. Do everything to make sure Eagle Cement are relegated, are beaten. But then they keep beating us, yeah. And there's a funny twist to the conversation. But that was how we grew up. That was how we saw football. And everybody, when I went to Europe too, it's the same thing. They tell you can't lose to this team, you can't lose to that team, you must win. But these days, and it's a taboo also to see you hang out with players of that team that you are rivals with. Not like we don't hang out, we do hang out, but you don't throw it in the faces of people. I remember was it Evra who talked about him hanging out with one player, I forgot to now, and Silas Ferguson called him and said, "Look, you can't be seen with that guy." I said, "He's my friend." He said, "Yes, do it inside the house. Don't let people see you." Rivalries are good for football. It brings the competitive edge. You look forward to it. But these days, I see a lot of people frowning at Haaland throwing the ball at Grebe Megales. They tackle the small jam body that they gave Rodri. They say that's the reason why he's got that injury. And a whole lot of very, very petty things. Arsenal fans crying over the red card. Everybody just wants, some people like, and then the dumbest one, I think the dumbest conversation that I've had since that match is Why is Arsenal playing defensively? Are you serious? Arsenal have gone to Etihad to play offensive football and beat it 4-0. 2 seasons on a row now defensively, and Man City couldn't break us and beat us. Man City were celebrating a draw. First time under the Pep era where Man City will be celebrating drawing a game, and then you're sitting there. Man City have played against who is who in that Etihad Stadium, and guess what? They've been beating and beating people. Even when the Don himself, Don Carlo, Ancelotti came with his Madrid, the Galactico, the biggest team in world football, came there. They sat back because going toe-to-toe with Man City, it doesn't work. You can't win them. Now, I thought that, okay, so these are some of the rules that I learned growing up in football. One, your job, play a system that enables you to neutralize the opposition. Then impose your own system that will make you win the game. And in some games, you look at the opposition and you accept straight up that the quality of this team is better than my own. And the only way to do it is to ruffle it. That's why we love Stoke City, Bolton Wanderers, Blackburn, Middlesbrough, Wolverhampton Wanderers of Nick McCarthy back in the day, right? That's why we love them. Not like they were ever going to win the league title, not like they were ever going to be a title contender in any of the competition, whether it's the Calabar Cup, whether it's the FA Cup, whether it's the league title. But we just love them because Rory Delap would throw the ball like he's throwing a javelin. Leeds United, Bolton Wanderers with JJ orchestrating Momo dribbles in the middle, and that guy with Big Ed Davis will be troubling you, or Michael Ricketts will be bullying you, and you know, all of the players, even when they had an Elka. That's why we love them, not because they were going to come and win the league title. So all of a sudden, people frowning at I'm playing a low block, say it's negative. What the hell is negative football? So you're telling me if Arsenal had gone gung-ho to play toe-to-toe with Man City in that game, they would not have been beaten. They've already 6. If already 6-0, thank you very much. If already 6-0. So you choose to play a system that would help you stay competitive in football. Please click on the like buttons if you're watching live and drop a comment. Whatever you want us to talk about, drop a comment for us to say. Going back to the Anthony Joshua's conversation, Anthony Joshua has come out with a video very, very quick on his Instagram and TikTok post, and passing the message to his fans. I didn't know that it's been 11 years. He's been doing this for 11 years now, and he's been world champion twice. He's been struggling to get the third one. It's not been easy, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said before, Joshua lost to his own arrogance in that game, in that fight. It's not a game, it's a fight. In that fight, and he would learn 1 or 2 lessons definitely from it. And then let's just talk about the big clubs, the Aston Villas. Aston Villa is a big club now. Wow. The Aston Villas, the Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, and the rest. Should they completely cut off the Carabao Cup? Should they, say to the FA, we don't want to be playing in the League Cup anymore. We are playing more competition because of the complaint by those players saying they are playing too many games. And I see Man City fans trying to make the many game the reason why Rodri is injured. I beg to disagree. Injuries have been part of football since forever. Since the beginning of time. So having one injury is not because there are too many games. That's why you have a squad of 30. Why you cannot rotate the players is what I don't get. And those that are saying, no, you don't want to rotate. Now the player is injured. Are you not rotating now? The players that you don't want to play before are coming up to play now. The simple thing is, coaches know what they're doing. You have a big squad. There's a reason why you're paying this player salary. They have to earn their job. That is why when you work in an offshore rig, they have duplicate staff for every position. Why? When your shift end, a 12-hour shift end, another crew is coming in to take over. So whatever it is you're doing, somebody else is doing exactly that same job and doing it very well. So it is up to you to live up to the billing and be good at what you do, because nobody's indispensable. And I think that football should adopt that as well. And when I looked at it, I was asking somebody the other day that basketball players play between 75 to 85 games, both league, regular season, and playoff. Why are they not complaining? Because I think that footballers run more than, the basketballers run more than footballers, and they are playing on the hard surface, not grass. So there is more, their injuries are more, quad injuries and all that. I'm not complaining because it is what it is. Why are footballers complaining? And footballers earn all this big money, all this big contract. I really cannot sympathize with any footballer that is complaining about too many games, because for me, it's balderdash. As far as I'm concerned, it's crap. As in my opinion, unless you have somewhere you figure out a way to convince me that okay, this is the reason. And like I told a friend, the guy called me from Italy, and I told him, I said straight up, let me tell you this. The day I will be convinced that too many games is a problem is when you can give me scientific proof, like empirical evidence that, look, okay, this one is irrefutable. Because of too many games, this is what happened to the body. And then I will now adjust it to the salary demand. Right, the salary demand is always very, very important. You can't be demanding for 450,000, 500,000, those humongous amount of money, and you want to play lesser game. No, somebody is going to bring suya, not be my body for the come out. So you just, so much is given, much is expected. When you demand for that much money, also remember that the people who is paying you, who pays the piper dictates the tone, will demand that you play more game. And if you don't want to play, my brother, now you know. You know that saying, forget what they write for moto, enter moto. A cappuccino you see, a lemon water they drink. Leave what they write for moto, enter moto. Now with this one. Thanks to Mrs. Sedafe. She's back. She's strong and ready and doing the supply once again. So we get to enjoy it. And having said that, there is a little bit of talk about rivalry, and that's what I want us to talk about. Is rivalry bad for the game of football? Because it seems like it's just dying away. It's gradually fading. Everybody should be friends. I saw Brazil play the Copa America final with Argentina. After the match, they were hugging each other. I was like, wait a minute, Brazil, Argentina hugging each other? And this shouldn't be. It's like Arsenal playing Man United and they're hugging and kissing each other after a game. Now the rivalry is between Arsenal and Man U rivalry. That one don't die. That rivalry didn't exist again because Man U is useless now. Okay, Man U is like a man where they impotent, hugging on to the finest girl in the neighborhood. What thing I want to do? Romance, no penetration, nothing. So there is Okibe, as everybody call it. They are Okibe, they are useless. But this new rivalry between Arsenal. But I'm always wondering how the rivalry will work, because at what point would Arteta start to fight with Pep? Because they are friends, right? They are friends. They are not friends from today. They are friends from childhood, back in the day. This friendship has been built over a long period of time. You're going to, I remember. Let me give you a good example. I remember when I was in Brilla FM and we were having this. Brilla FM was having this fight with Nigeria Info, right? When Nigeria Info first came and they were really in for it. Okay, so me personally, this is my opinion, and I said it at work. There was nobody that they were going to bring to Nigeria Info that could match us. What we were offering, there was nobody, but we have a chairman that is a voyeur. Instead of you to focus on what you have and build it big, you're always looking at other people. I don't know why people fear. Wait. Maybe correct me. I might be wrong here. I don't think I'm absolutely correct. Why do people fear competition? Can somebody educate me? Like, why do people live life? You're doing something. What you're doing is good. You now see somebody else open shop, and this is playing out almost everywhere. I see people do that. People have a shop, somebody else open a shop, and then they are panicking. Why do people panic when competition comes? Naturally, me as a worried boy, as an honorable man, as a man from Udu Kingdom, Alaja Anegini to be precise, competition makes me better. Like, if you're coming into the ring, into the arena to do what I am doing, right? In my head, I'm like, oh, let's play. That's how when I was playing football, that defender, that guy. Then they pass him more. When they are saying they have a very solid left full back. That left full back does not allow crosses. I was like, no, he never play against me. I'm like, I remember on the signal will look at me like, this boy talkative. You talk too much. I say, coach, forget you never play against me. I go play. I don't understand. I go play 90 minutes. If you like, put Cafu. There, what's in that Anambra boy name? One Bisaka, I go cross the ball. Put Cafu, what's that one? Marcelo, put that together. I go cross the ball. Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Marcelo, what's that one? Gareth Bale end the career. Put all of them for that place. Put fence across the ball. You know, mad. I'm not that. Give me the ball. Now. I'll put some people on that green pastures. I'll put them on green pastures now and cross my. But some people, competition just makes them jittery. They panic, and that's exactly what Maicon. Yes, Maicon. And then there was one guy that everybody said this is going to be the greatest defender. Jose Antonio Reyes. Oh God. Footballers don't play ball. Nobody is Momo. Somebody came and told me that Nicolas Yayas Anogo Pepe is a good footballer. You thought that fire you there. Okay, so like I was saying, that story. And then Chama went to court and he was playing over 500k every court appearance to Festus Keyamo, the current Minister of Aviation. And then like you want me just like Chama, you don't say this thing, we don't need that more. Who they get? Femi Obongdanie, Emmanuel Etiwa train, my own boy. Not me say I thought say no good, but for the ball, people will not play ball against me. Now 5-a-side versus Galactico now. They're not going to see match play now. They're not going to see match play. But hey, who get business? I get business. So he panicked. Today now, the Nigerian for now, the stories that they're not bigger than Brilla, right? But I feel like in my own space, I feel like rivalry. To me, why I felt we lost it then was when we went to the UK Leeds and go and set up a studio, say, make some Oyibo people. They do exactly the thing where we go court to stop these guys from doing it. Like, you know, people will get money. They say people will get money are allowed to be foolish. When you get plenty money, they God no let me be foolish when I get that money because this hard work while they work, so it's too hard to be foolish when I get money. But and that's what I felt. Like people, once you get money, you're allowed to be foolish, and that's what happened. That was the beginning of the fall. Okay, but people don't know. I see people on the road at the airport in Afinana. Who said it a couple of days ago? As soon as you left, everybody just left. And Honorable Juju, I just look at the guy like, what should I say to this fool now? If I talk now, they'll say that we don't talk. But hey, let's come back. What's your own opinion? Let's play football. You do business or you're in school, you're in class, maybe you're the shining star of the class, you're not bringing one student who is not brighter than you. How do you react to rivalry? Do you react with negativity? Like, oh, if you not go better for me, not go better for you, or you do this thing too. Oh, yeah, let's play. Where do you belong in rivalry? Today, we're not going to talk much about football. There's really not much about football going on that you guys already know. But let's bring it to our own common sense, raising our children. Like I went to my children. Let me tell you one thing that happened. I went to my children's school one day and I told them from the get-go, from the beginning, I said, I did not bring my children here for grades. So please exempt my children from your grading. And they're like, why? I said, I don't want them to be graded. I want them to be educated. Right? I want them to be educated. I want them to know how to read and write. The other things that they need to be successful, I'm going to teach them. The other one that they do so, I'm just paying school fees for you to teach them how to read and write. Maybe I don't have the capacity to do that. And then for them to build their social capital. But in terms of what will make nobody go to school to learn what will make them succeed. If you have ever succeeded just based on what you learned from school, raise your hand up. Now lie. The things that make you a successful person in life, they come from school. It comes from how you raised from your home, how the street raised you, and how you are able to bounce out of all of that. So, how do you react to rivalry is what I want us to talk about today. How do you deal with rivalry? But while we're talking about all of that, let's look at some of the greatest and most the craziest rivalries in football. Yeah, let's look at some of the craziest rivalries. I want to open something, I can't go delete it. Wow. Okay. So let's look at the history of football. I don't want. That's not what I want. Sorry, you go open the wrong thing. I want college football rivalry. That one as much as their own. America, nothing concern me with. Okay, my fault. Now let's talk about the rivalries. This is what I wanted to open. I opened it before and then it went off. So, according to a report that was put out 10 months ago by SoccerNet, it said football is a sport that evokes a wide range of emotions, from the joy of victory to the despair of defeat. That line sounds like what Peter Drury will say, but perhaps the most intense emotions in football is rivalry. When two teams with a long history of animosity meet on the pitch, the atmosphere is historic. Okay, very, very historic, and it creates things like, look at the El Clasico today. I watch the El Clasico is like a friendly match. Okay, sometimes I wonder, like, is this really what we want? The atmosphere is electric, the stakes are high, the players and fans are passionate. Some of the most legendary football rivalries in the world have been going on for decades, and they have produced some of the most memorable matches in football history. These rivalries are more than just sporting contests, they are also part of the fabrics of the cities and countries which they take place in. In this article, we'll take a look at some of the most legendary football rivalries. Let's talk about rivalries. And while we're talking about all of these, educate me. What does the competition do for you? Does it bring the best out of you, or it bring the worst out of you? How does a competition make you, how does a competition form you? What type of person does competition bring out of you? Does it make you crumble, fall like a pack of cards, fold up and go, run? Like, I remember one time I tweeted, I told my kids that when a bully come at you, punch him in the middle of his nose. If you don't get in there, get close to him and bite him, like serious biting. And I wrote it on Twitter, and then Charles and Azusa said no. And then I start tagging me on people who fought back bullies and one the girl die. I said Charles, I remember telling, I said, look, you see, this type of conversation is what supports bullying. You're showing me pictures of bully that somebody responded to and died, right? You're not showing me videos of bullies that have killed people, bullies that have created. America is created out of bullying everybody. And America is a good country, worst country in the world, but because they use their media to deceive. You cannot bully me and I stand and be watching you. No, you ask for it to. You remember when Tony Montana said, "I've never done anything to anybody who didn't have it coming. If you try to bully me, or Benny, what can run my way, what can be everywhere?" It's as simple as that. So let's go to some of the. For the sake of this show, I'm gonna do only 10. Okay, number one on the list, in no particular order, but number one on the list is the El Clasico, Real Madrid versus FC Barcelona. Even though recently the El Clasico have become, water porridge, the sweet again, get level again. As a matter of fact, we can choose not to watch it and just what did we discuss? What's the scoreline? I know that Ibrahim Kalajaye will not be happy with what I'm saying, but it's just the truth. Arguably the most iconic rivalry in world football, say European football, because I will not agree that it's world football. In European football, El Clasico, Spanish giant Real Madrid against FC Barcelona in a clash of not just clubs but also ideology. Real Madrid, representing the Spanish capital and central government, stands in a stark contrast to FC Barcelona, the symbol of Catalonian identity and regional autonomy. This clash of identities, coupled with their consistent dominance of Spanish football, has transformed El Clasico into a global spectacle watched by millions worldwide, ready to experience the fury. Okay, now let me explain something here for the sake of this game. So this game is like, for instance, now there is a football club in Abuja, and the football club have the blessings of the central government, right? Whatever they do, there's a way that the central government help them to survive and escape major punishment, even when they are supposed to go into administration. Remember when Real Madrid was supposed to go into administration and the King of Spain came and used his money as a guarantor to survive them, right? And then let's say another club is from the east, like Enugu Rangers. That's like Biafra now, IPOB, right? People don't like us talking about it, but for the sake of this discussion, I'm going to talk about it. Just imagine them fighting, and then in the heat of, let's say we just got out of the war in the 70s, okay? And you see that whole battle, the central government versus, that's what El Clasico really is. But imagine today now, they are kissing and hugging and loving each other, it doesn't matter. The people who fought to get us here will now be rolling their grave like, is this what we fought for? Is this right? But then there's another derby that for me is a very big, it's also lose its taste lately. It's called the Old Firm Derby. Now, the Old Firm Derby, for those of you who don't know, their league is not good, it's worse than the former league. But these two teams, when they play, in that one moment, the whole universe stands still. The world come together and say, you know what, we die here today. Scotland's most intense rivalry, the Old Firm Derby, is a clash of cultures, religions. Celtic, the Catholic club, represent the city of Glasgow working class neighborhood, while Rangers FC, the Protestant club, embodies the city's Protestant middle class. These religious and social distinctions are for over a century, creating an atmosphere of unparalleled passion and intensity. Try and understand this one. This one now batches. So when you see Ebedamina and the rest, is me against the world doing Tupac versus Biggie, it not start today. Anytime you see Glasgow Rangers and Celtic, just know that now another Ebedamina versus Ebony or Adeboye Elisha. Forget anything anybody not. Who offers vessel? That guy lie. Jesus. Hey God, expand bridge. God drink tea with you. Baba, I mean your picky take 80 billion or nothing happen. God not speak to you about that one. This guy who told us that before anything that happened, God they call hello. This is what happened. Don't tell you say we are going to face Bala Blue. This guy march and protest when they increase fuel price to 187. This country, no, I don't like talking politics. Let me see the verse. So that's the battle. The battle, that Rangers Celtic battle is the Ebedamina versus what's it called? The rest of the Christendom, the tithe collectors. Is that battle will never end. But lately, Celtic have been dominating it because Rangers they not get money again. Urobo say they bump again, they can't name or we go to now get money now they carry crowd. So right now them get money, they hold the rubber. So their rubber make them be organized. Rangers will bounce back. We will be back like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, Super Classico. This one, he get many names. They call it they get many names. Many names, but let's just stay with the Super Classico for now. For me, this one is the biggest derby ever. This rivalry is the biggest. And you know what? Their stadium is 200 meters away from each other. So if you mess for this one stadium, the smell, you go hear around for that side, you hear the other. If you know they worry, you don't understand this, what I just thought now, you go say, this boy knows how to speak English. You hear the other. If you worry person, if I worry person, may I explain to you. That every time I speak English for you, right? So in this stadium, if somebody mess for one of the stadium, you go hear the other for the other stadium. And some that's the way it is. So that the shop party jollof people they do fasting, that jollof rice feed disturb their fasting because they pray the kabaji, ikobo shakata. Chop in their prayer language. So now, so this will be. This one is on another level. But let's talk about it. Argentine's most passionate rivalry, a Super Classico pits Boca Junior and Zenezis against rivals River Plate, the Millonarios or the Millionaires as they are called. Okay, so Boca Juniors are called the Zenezis, while River Plate are called the Millionaires. Okay, let's say the bourgeois versus the what? The Protestant. Okay, anyhow you want to call it. Okay, but let's take this one down the road. In a clash of social classes and footballing prowess, Boca Juniors, representing the working class neighborhood of La Boca, stands in the contrast to River Plate, embodying the affluent Nunes district. Their rivalry, dating back to the early 20th century, is deeply rooted in social and economic division, making their encounters electrifying and fiercely contested. This one is the battle between the rich and the poor. If you live in Lagos, this is Ikoyi versus Obalende. That's a better way to put it. Or if you live in the Aja asks this is VGC versus Ikota. You all right? So it's a clash of ideas. Rich people that the poor people hate, poor people that the rich people distaste, right? They are the ones fighting in this one. Now let's go to Germany. This rivalry, they call it the Klassiker. Okay, you already know who the major rivalry in Germany. Germany's most captivating rivalry, the Klassiker, pit Bayern Munich, the record meister, okay, the record champions, the record master, okay, but they call them the record meister in Germany, against Borussia Dortmund, the Schwarzgambo, or the black and yellow. That's what they call them. In a clash of Bavarian dominance and Westphalian resilience, Bayern Munich, representing the economic powerhouse of Bavarian, stands in contrast to Borussia Dortmund, embodying the industrial working class heartland of Westphalia. Their encounters are intense and highly anticipated as they often decide the Bundesliga title. And let's go where one derby that have the sweetest name, the sexiest, sickiest name. So they call it, they have so many names, but this one, there's one name of all the names that this one have that is sweet. The Derby de la Madonnina. Okay, Derby de la Madonnina is like, oh man, this is sweet. Okay, English most captivating rivalry, the Derby de la Madonnina, pits AC Milan, the Rossoneri's, the red and blacks, against Inter Milan, the Nerazzurris, the black and blues. First off, try and understand that these two clubs was one club before. So racism and discrimination was what set them apart. AC Milan are the locals, are the indigenous people. Oh, foreign workers cannot play in this team anymore. And then the foreigners form a club and they call themselves the internationals, internationale, right? So they become the internationale and they choose to play. Okay, so set the stadium on fire and we're homeless, so they choose to stay in one place. In a clash of footballing prowess, city pride, and tactical philosophies, the origins of the Milan Derby can be traced back to 1908, when a group of members from AC Milan, a club founded in 1899 by English men, broke away to form Inter Milan. This split, rooted in disagreement over the inclusion of foreign players, set the stage for a rivalry that will become the defining feature of Italian football. But this is, it's strange. A club that was formed by foreigner, not saying that foreigners can no longer play in the team. You don't get the gist. That's how life is. So some of these things that you see happening here in our lifetime today, they don't before, and they formed the building block of what has now becoming an entertaining masterpiece in our football journey. I hope that we would also create something good enough that would form an entertaining masterpiece that somebody in 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now will talk about your split, your breakup, your rivalry with someone, and it becomes something that provides money, wealth, entertainment, value to people, that grow ecosystem. Not the one where you go babalawo place, go put powder, blow gume, somebody go die, not that type, okay? Yeah, so that's that about that one. Now let's come to England. There is the north of England, which is Manchester side or northwest, and then there is the south, London. Okay, London. It's London, the capital. If you did WAEC in 1994 and you did oral English, you know that was one of the questions. Is London the capital of Britain? Okay, let's talk about this one. Two of England's most successful clubs, Manchester United and Liverpool FC, lock arms in the Northwest Derby in rivalry born out of regional pride and historical dominance. Manchester United representing the industrial powerhouse of Manchester, and Liverpool FC symbolizing the maritime hub. Remember, say these people, this club, Liverpool, all of them love with everything. So now they get the ship where they take the carry slave for West Africa that year. Symbolizing the maritime hub of Liverpool, have been intertwined since the late 19th century. Their encounters etched into English Premier League football folklore. Let's go to one that just happened over the weekend. It wasn't sweet as it used to be. There were no fire flares. There was no real, what we used to know, that cars have been vandalized, people's head have been bruised. people are getting too soft and too microwavy. You know, we're no longer, it's a hard knock life. Let's not ghetto anymore. Everybody's not urban. Everybody's not up and doing. Everybody's not cool, calm, calculated. Everything is fine. Which Debbie am I talking about? You know, the Turkish fans are the most, forget the fact that they do furnitures, they do clothes, they make it easy and affordable for us to wear designers' clothes that are not designers. But when it comes to football rivalry, when it comes to passion, oh my God, these guys who sit in the most precious piece of land, real estate in the whole world, one of the few countries who are on two continents. Yeah, you stand in, there are places in Ankara where you will stand, your one leg in Asia and your other leg will be in Europe. But this is this is where the convergence of Europe and it's like Lokoja, okay? Confluence states. It's like where two continents meet, okay? The meeting point of two continents. Some stories have it that Noah Ark is in Turkey. I don't know, I've not seen it, but some stories says that. So Turkey's most fierce rivalry, the Istanbul Derby, is a clash of titans between Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, the two most successful clubs in the country. Founded in 1907, Fenerbahce, the Canaries, represent the Asian side of Istanbul, while Galatasaray, the Lions, embody the European side. Their matches are not just football encounters, but also a battle of city supremacy, drawing massive crowd and electrifying vibrant football culture of Istanbul. Unfortunately, just over the weekend, Fenerbahce were beaten 3-1. Jose Mourinho tactical masterclass did not work. They were beaten blue, black, and red. Well, in France, there are different type of derbies, but there's this one that is, you know, it's gang-ish, okay? And that one is the one between Paris Saint-Germain and Olympique de Marseille. France, I don't know, some of you younger generation don't know who they call Bernard Tapia, but you have to do your search and go and see that. Bernard Tapia. There is a goalkeeper, what's his name now, that was banned for drugs some years ago. It was goalkeeper for Paris Saint-Germain, if I'm not mistaken. Oh God, I've forgotten his name. I remember, if I remember before the show runs out, I'll mention his name for you guys. France most intense rivalry, Le Classique beats Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, the Le Parisiens against Olympique de Marseille, OM, as they are called, or the Olympians, in a clash of regional pride, footballing dominance, blah, 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 blah. PSG representing the cosmopolitan capital city of Paris, the beauty of European excellence, and the fashion, one of the fashion capitals of the world, stand in contrast to the Olympique Marseille, embodying the historic of Marseille and his passionate fans. Their encounters are not just football match related, but also a battle of national supremacy, drawing massive crowds and captivating the nation. And it's been there since. That's why I feel very strange when I see as we going on the continent, Enyimba fans to be wishing them well. I don't understand. Where is that coming from? All fans wishing Enyimba fans success on the continental game. No. Now. I don't want to get rivalry. Our league want to grow. There's no rivalry. You know, back in the day, they used to have Bendel Insurance and MB, SCB, this one, the Nigerian Bank versus SCB, Raka Rovers. You know, that's when there was push. There were times Sharks versus Jasper, Udoji United versus Sharks. You know, the Wayamu National. You know, when you went match day, oh my God, you are ready. You're wishing the other person good luck. Sporting Lagos wishing Remo Stars all the best. All the best for what now? At us how? Where did we see that? Let's go to Portugal. In Portugal, where Jose Mourinho, Cristiano Ronaldo, Luis Figo, Subio, and Nani and Bebe came from, a country that also gave us great players like Deco, even though he's a Brazilian, and Manuel Rocusta. Okay, some of you don't know who that man is. Manuel Rocusta was the guy who speaks to the ball and the ball understands. Yeah, who says to the ball, rise up and walk, and the ball will rise up and walk. Who says to the ball, levitate, and the ball will levitate. Okay, Portugal's own version of Ricardo Kaka, but in slow motion. Right. Portugal most intense rivalry, O Clásico, that's what it is called. It pits Porto, the Dragons, against Benfica, the Eagles. What? How does an eagle go to fight a dragon? Just spit fire. And the roast, and you have good barbecue to eat. But in football, it's not like that. It's not enough to be called the dragon. In a clash of national pride and footballing prowess, Porto, hailing from the industrial north, stands in contrast to Benfica, representing the affluent city of Lisbon, where wealth, money, Ikoyi versus Apapa. Okay, last year, 1 year ago, I was in that country, and I was just passing through, and I was seeing that stadium that was built by the water, the whole beauty of the port. Oh God, Portugal fine. Not say they get money, but they just use the small money where they get well. Even their ancient city, like the Portimao, will be like the ancient city of Laos, will be the end of Europe. Everywhere, just there. Like, it's just above average, is fine. And they drive, they don't press horn. They have a lovely city, man. Okay, the rivalry dating back to the 20th century has shaped Portuguese football, with their encounters often deciding the league title. I'm going somewhere with all of this. And finally, so that I don't bore you too much, Netherlands also have their own derby. Netherlands people are supposed to be easygoing people, but no, they are not. It is the battle for who have the most hooligans in European football is between the Netherlands, Belgium, England, and Italy. But there's no official record for who have most, so let's just leave those four as hooligans by association. Netherlands' most iconic rivalry, the classic Ajax, the golden zoning son of God, against Feyenoord, the club Van Volk, club of people. No, not democracy. In a clash of social classes, the footballing philosophy, Ajax, representing the affluent Amsterdam, embodies a more technical and attacking style, while Feyenoord from Rotterdam symbolizes a more physical and direct approach. Their encounters are fierce and passionate, reflecting the contrast between their cities' identities. Now, why am I talking about all of this? So, every time we sit down to brainstorm on, okay, what can be done to make the MPFL a better league? And a couple of days ago, I was in a Zoom meeting with some guys, and I told them that, listen, we need to create rivalry. We need to force it. We need to bring some rivalry. We need to bring some, what you guys think is dirty, some dirtiness to the league. And I like how the Enugu Rangers Imba game ended last season, even though it didn't go to the full end and the point was awarded. But I like that energy. Now, if we can sustain it in the West and like that, you would force people in their house to come and be part of the game. But if we keep, playing this ice cream football that we're playing, we've not even created a football league, a culture in the first place to get to the point where we can afford to tune it down. Because the English people are tuning it down doesn't mean we should. The English people have reached a place like Dangote where they are now, they can fight a full nation. We're not there. We are building up. So we need rivalries. We need to bring back, when Nigerian League was very good, there were a lot of rivalries. And we need to bring back those rivalries. And in bringing back those rivalries, let's bring it back to our everyday life. How have rivalries improved your life? And how do you react to rivalries? That's the question. That's the one that I want us to answer, to deal with. Now, if you can give me your own answer, your own suggestion, it will be good from your own personal experience. Don't share somebody else's experience with us. We can learn, we can, react to it, whatever it is. So let's go straight to your question, your comment, and see how you have dealt with rivalries, how rivalries have shaped you, and your own talk about football rivalries as well will be appreciated. Please, if you've not clicked on the like button, do what to click on the like button, and also if you've not subscribed to the channel, do what to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow. For those of you who's also asking me, what is the importance of clicking on the like buttons? Okay, so the algorithm is a machine, it's not a human being, so there's no sentiment or emotion. And the algorithm believes that when you have, like, say, 100 or 1,000 people viewing, it could be a robot. But it takes action for somebody to click the like button. So that means it's human. A robot cannot just be plug and play, watch, and then also click on the like button. So what they believe is, I might have 50 people here. If you have 20 like clicked, the algorithm will say that 20 people now don't watch this channel. So you can have 1,000 people, but if only 20 people like it, it's 20 people that is watching. And that means that when it comes to distribution or optimizing the channel, they put it on like backbench because not too many people like the channel. That's what it means. Okay, so click on the like buttons to show that the channel deserves to be optimized on Google search engine. Thank you very much. Now let's go to your comment and see how it is. Someone Babajide says, Baba, good morning. Any week we won't brag about our darling Arsenal on this world platform. of our own. Elegbete TV network will just be messing us up. Now, Man City people, now them. I wrote to Ray Gordon and they wish the already that went and gone and do the network yesterday, but God passed them. So Olowo Bajide says the pepper meal, sorry, no verse, you can brag today. Akimbola Lanre says we dare here to open the world greatest show. Thank you very much. Chris Iwa TV says Elegbete number one, my guy Kedu, I didn't find no bros. He said I walk and I make we need to see him regularly. Bros, top thespian of Nollywood to the world. Now they do things. Now everybody talk about Nollywood everywhere. So it is swimming for body. You know, say no matter how you don't like your country rich, I love my country, but no matter how you don't like your country rich, if you start to see people who make the world recognize now, it will just sweet you. And Nollywood people, when they do the long gone are the days where you go start a Nollywood movie for the first 2 scenes, you don't know how it go end. These days is different. And gone are the days too where Nollywood movies now only about Patience Ozokwo trying to kill somebody or Chiwetel Agu trying to commit evil. And stories have changed though. Well, we know say we got too many things there our hand. We're not gonna remember all these things back in the day. And you're moving now. You know already know where but just by the opening song, even if you turn your back on the TV, the song where they sing. I don't know who invented that idea, Sha, but the song where they sing for the film, they already tell you what going to happen. But you guys have taken it many notch higher. Thank you very much. I hope that we in football we go feel learn from and do well. I wrote to Rego say I think the referee did Man City bad, called Kyle Walker and didn't let him fall back to his position, which led to the first goal. The referee didn't see the obstruction on Ederson. So let's talk football because right now, for this one, for your professional side, I'll be ignorant person, but for the one, you'll be very ignorant person. So let me educate you on that one first. You see, because people, this is the way you write. So for your mind now, you say you'll be correct, too, but like you'll be really ugbori on this one. So let me educate you first and foremost. The referee, no day obligated to let Kyle Walker go back. Let me tell you how the structure of tactics work. I wish I get a board now for you. The structure of tactics work. Let me just use my keyboard. So let's say this is the front line of attack. This is just imagine that this is the midfield. This is the defense. If a player from this defense now displace himself, go meet referee for here for where this white keyboard in this. It is natural for a midfielder or somebody else to go fill that void. Okay, in statistics, if you do master's degree in MBA, in statistics they taught us substitution by elimination. What does that do? Now football they for learn that thing. So Igbo people go say Ofujida about 1 to mark 2, right? So when you move to this place, somebody else had to come there. So that this man can walk away one drop, he not go drop this 50 meters. Rather, he go not drop here 10 meters, 5 meters. As a mark finish, as a get the ball, he go come back or cover. If to say they're doing like that tactically, not discipline, instead of you to focus on that one now, but just because you hear people, they jump on this bandwagon thing. That excuse is not anybody will know football and mumu talk with that. But hey, people like to talk about, people like to just talk because some other people talk. There is no way in this world when a referee will call you, he will can't wait for you. He don't call the foul. He don't tell you what you want to tell you. There are 11 players on the field. Your job is to enter inside the midfield, not be to jog 30, 40, 50 yards. That's even too long. And nobody's going to wait. How many minutes will it take you to jog 50 yards? To walk back 50 yards, that's about a minute. And we are in an era where they say no delaying of the game. So if you decide to say, okay, I want to catwalk, the referee go dey wait so that every of your team will go cover. It not make sense. People just want to talk because today's word is the richest team always get the most preferable treatment. That word, that argument, it no hold water in football at all. Is the foolishest and dumbest argument that I've seen. People, I've even seen top football ex-footballers say that. I was like, when I not get sense. This thing they teach you for basic level, for academy level, street football level, youth football level, that when a player is displaced, your job, and we lose the ball, we no longer be in possession of the ball. Your job is to fill that void. He comes into your position. Everybody is the principle. You not play a play when you small. When you push seat go corner, I want open it. Then now you go push around to cover up. And displacement theory now or academic theory, as simple as that. The weight of the product where you put here is vice proportionate to the displacement. So it's not about okay, Waka must go back. When I hear people, I look people talk like these people una know anything about football, but you like to argue. So that's just the basic truth. Nothing the referee do wrong there. People just want to talk because okay, if we talk like this, now in the trend, that's not the right thing to do in football. That's just a fact about it. And let's move on from that. So what just says rivalry between Arsenal and Man City is brewing. That is England El Clasico. To last only while Pep and Arteta remain in England. If one person leave, the rivalry would turn down, which is not a good one. Okay, Arotorego say Arsenal fans crying over a deserved red card. The reason why Arsenal fans are crying, I also agree that red card is deserved, but they've not been able to see the consistency of that. And then if it has happened to Arsenal twice, like if you watch the views from the stand, we talked about it. If it has happened to Arsenal twice, one, there is a problem with the Arsenal team. Their coach do not tell them what to do. That's one. But two, why is Arsenal the only team that have picked up red card on the back of this? So that's one is a problem. Are they victimizing Arsenal? It's got something to look at. But for me, I will blame Arteta and the Arsenal team. At this point, you should know that. Okay, like I mean, when we're growing up, maybe you didn't. If you play in Nigerian league, you know that going away, you don't have hope of picking any point. So first thing you do is don't be responsible for the reason why your team lose. Because again, in Nigerian league, you will get sense. Because if now you normally you're supposed to lose, but if now you can go pick up red card or can go cost penalty, you feel that if you make you come off a team or if you make them cut your salary for like the next 6 months, forget to pay you. They're going to pay everybody, but your money not going to come. So you're wise when you go the away game. Within the first 5 minutes of the game, you don't already know which side the referee dey, waiting be the plan of the referee. Whether this game na game of I want to make 60-40. 60-40 be say if I play one, I still win. But there are some referees who say from the get-go, they are letting you know that my life is at risk. Those kind of referees, you can commit foul in the center circle or manufacture a penalty. That's as far as they're concerned. Right? So it's not a big deal. You must know all of those things and then work with it. But unfortunately, the Arsenal players don't understand. Lucky Ogale says, good morning, brother. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. He said, yesterday network did us rough. They are only frowning at it because it was done by Arsenal. Right? For those of you who don't know, is the defensive tactics of Arsenal that they are talking about. Ekene says, now that Momo dribble make some of us, they watch Boating match those days. Since the dribbles left, Boating is nowhere again. Your matter, okay, now. One man's means another man's poison. You know, say some people love Keke, some other people love Ferrari. I might like Ferrari and you like Keke. It don't mean anything. I just what you would like. Chris LM says, good morning, Legote. Good morning to you. Do you notice everyone in Nigeria is against Haaland for bullying, but supports the same bullying Nigerian players to coaches? I don't understand, frankly. First off, Haaland did not bully anybody. I don't think Haaland did anything wrong here, but at the point, the context of your conversation is not lost on me. It's well understood. That's the bias of Nigerians. I was on China's television the other day, and we're talking about the Osimhen issue. So normally, as a presenter, you're not allowed to take side. I'm an analyst, so I'm allowed to take side if I want to, but I'm not even your presenter. But I say, my guy, I mean, it's my guy, it's my Smolin, I'm a groomer. So sometimes I just let this thing go like, okay, I don't really owe though. All these are my kids. We were talking about the Osimhen issue, and you could see the bias. And I remember after the show, I said, if na Balotelli, na MBD, the same situation, everything at the same on Balotelli, would we talk about it like this? He said that when it comes to Nigeria, the rules just change all of a sudden. And why is it that once anything happened to a black person, the first card we play is racism? Does racism equalize everything? Does it make us? Does it give us the power to be stronger than the white? Because I don't understand. We cannot put racism as a card all the time. Sometimes we need to understand that, oh, okay, but the black and this boy and I did wrong. Even though saying our picking. But hey, it is what it is. That's the way we behave. So I'm not surprised anymore. Aderi Kangumba says, hi, Amanda and Mahadad PIF employed as our owners of Newcastle United. Guy, can you for once write a proper message that is related to what we're discussing? What you consign us with Amanda Shevlin now and Newcastle? Must you always talk about Newcastle? Is that the only thing you talk about? Like the only thing you like? This is now an addiction. We're talking about Even if you want to bring Newcastle, why not talk about who is Newcastle's rival? Sunderland also. There's one thing that is their rival. Talk about that one. Every time you talk upside down. Don't let me block you. I want subscriber and not me say let's call it talk upside down. What do you do? Olava says, good morning, boss. I said it after the international break that Arsenal will get. You said this yesterday now, Benny. They told us Manchester City bench can start at any of the remaining Premier League teams, so they shouldn't complain about Rodri injury because they have quality. Obviously, they do. I support you on that one. Ikena Kunave says rivalry makes the game more competitive, but these days, I think people are no longer mentally strong to face challenges. Any small thing you hear, mental health. That's true. People are abusing that mental health thing. Sometimes some people are like, it's disturbing my mental health. I say, really? You send people query now, they say they disturb their mental health. Abiba Yadeji says there is this argument that players are playing too much games, and the counter argument to that is they are being paid a lot of money. Do you think players should be playing 17 games every season? Let's break it down a bit. So 10, 15 years ago, a team that plays to the finals of the Champions League and plays to the finals of the FA Cup, let's say 1999 when Manchester United won the treble. Let's look at the number of games that they played. They played 38 games in the league, played all the way to the finals of the FA Cup. I don't know the number of games now off heart, but let's say 10. Let's just give it 10. 38 plus 10 is 48. They played in the Champions League. In the group stage, they have 6 games already. Then they played in the round of 16, if I'm not mistaken. That's 2 plus 6, 8. In the quarterfinals, another 2. That's 10. In the semifinals, another 2. That's 12. And then in the finals, that's 13. So 48 plus 13, 58, 69. That's 70 already. Okay? Because they went to go and play the European Super Cup. 70 games. 1999. Where is this complainer coming from? What are we really complaining? What the hell are people really complaining about? 1999, 70 games guaranteed, 65-70 plus or minus, right? Manchester United in 1999 used 19 players to execute the entire season. 19 players. Go on and check, right? Now they registered more than that, but those were the players that were the regulars. Now you have a squad. You have better science, recovery facility. You have better football field. You travel better. You travel lighter. The boots are lighter. The ball are better. The jerseys are better. They do not wear jerseys that look like parachute that is trying to stop you like canopy. And the boots are not tough leather that soak water and drag you backward. The pitch are not muddy like they were in 1999. The treatment are far more advanced. The backroom staff that you have that attend to you are a lot more, and now you are complaining. Please, what is the difference between 1999 and today? What exactly is the difference? What are the players complaining about that they want me to listen to that makes sense? They should make it make sense to me. I think the players are being petulant. That's my own. Olafat says the hate of the football fan base and City approach makes Arsenal to fight with these people. Let's remember, City came out to say they won't be selling players to Arsenal. They crossed the line there. No, I don't think they crossed the line. They won't be selling players to Arsenal. Is their decision. It's a business decision. That's not crossing the line. We won't sell players to you because they did, and Arsenal went from 8th, 5th to direct second. That's a direct competition. So you can make a bold decision and say, oh, no. I mean, if you're an Arsenal player, are you not angry? Were you not angry seeing Robin van Persie go to play for Manchester United? Were you not angry seeing Ashley Cole play for Chelsea? Were you not angry seeing Fabregas come back, even though Arsenal had the option to buy, and he went to go and play for Chelsea? Were you not angry? So what is the line that is crossed? There's no line crossed. It's just it's the fact of the matter. I don't know what you say. Rivalry is what made the game exciting. You never know what the game would bring. El Clasico became more glorious and intense during the Jose and Pep Messi versus Ronaldo era. Rivalries bring the best out of teams. Nelson Obanga says, good morning, fam. Good morning to you. I never agreed with the people who describe low block tactics as negative football. A good fighter should know that you can only win a fight or survive it engaging with your strength. Now, so I say, if you can't analyze your opponent's strength and weekend, make a weakness that you wanted to write, then you are not ready for it. Arteta showed he understood what his team needed to survive City. I agree with you 100%. And so for those people who talk about Arsenal's low block, last season, what's the strength of Arsenal? The strength of Arsenal was not in the attack. The strength of Arsenal was in the defense. That's why Man City got the player of the year. Man City produced the highest goal scorer in the season. What did Arsenal produce? The goalkeeper of the season, the best goalkeeper, the best defenders, right? So now that's Arsenal's strength. Arsenal's strength is in their defense. If they now come up in a big game, what do you want them to put forward? Man City will put their attack forward, which is their strength, right? Two players that won award last season from Man City, Phil Foden and Erling Haaland, are forward players. Arsenal's own representation of their strength is in their defense. So when these two big teams now play against each other, their strength come to the fore. Man City's attack versus Arsenal's defense. And now why people complaining? I don't get it. Okay, Arsenal show their strength. Man City show their strength. Simple. If your strength can break that defense down, break it down, score 5. If we're defending and we make it impossible for you to score, it's not negative football. It's my strength versus your strength. Floyd Mayweather won 50-0 because he was a defensive boxer. Yeah, this weekend we saw Anthony Joshua try to go all out against a slugger, and he was given epilepsy. They give him a shit. They shoot him in Tagba. We see they call Aruturego now, make cause a grandpapa, make the release medicine, make they take care of. Okay, so it's one of those things. Lucky Ogali says after Haaland hits Partey and Gabriel for use the momentum, wipe and better one at the end of the game. Someone supposed give that Haaland waiting in the fine, not be all that smiling where they go. And that's the part that I don't like. I thought that at the end of that game I was going to see some real fierce shouting at each other, but hey, football is not for Ajabota. So Oluwajide says they may not banter or exchange words. The vex will be exhibited on the pitch when Arteta begin to several win record over Pep. Kunefe says rivalry should bring the best in you. Everton will rather die than lose to Liverpool FC, no matter how poor they are. Yet it's hard for Liverpool to beat them. They will injure a player just to make a statement. I want to say, Chief, I no get body for Wahala. I remember in primary 4 when Amos and Mary Jane joined us. Them relegate me to 12th position. I no get body where police go flog. No, 12th position. No, I'll fight back. I will fight back. How did I go from 1st to 12th? That's why I will analyze. How did I go from... Wait a minute, how do I go from champion of this class to here? Then they do juju. My mom have a very good answer to that. We say, the people will carry first for this class. So not be say school fees where they pay, not be their mama pay. You go vomit my money. Give me. You see this car on my jaw. I went from 1st to 5th. My mother gave me this one. First, give me for you. No, not sure when. Actually, give me this one. That's how brutal my mom is. Somebody don't go through that thing. Somebody tell me, say, be patient, be relaxed. No, you come at me, be ready. I always tell people, I know they start fight, but then they run from fight. That means it's not gonna happen. There's they never burn the person, and that person they never burn up. If you like, maybe Goliath, David kill Goliath. I'll keep my own Goliath, no problem. Lucky Ogale say, I remember how the whole of England was calling Arsenal soft. Now they are using dark art and still the vex. Last season, Porto best us using same met attire. One of us say yesterday, Bobby said Manchester United will be in good shape before they play City and Arsenal. And I'm happy he said that, but time will tell. Time is the greatest revealer of all things. Okay? The Kenneth says, I miss the days of Arsenal versus Man United, Kane versus Vieira. Start fighting from the tunnel. Scholes shouting at Nani for crying because Carragher tackled him against Liverpool FC. That's football. That's the football I grew up on. Ugbo to go. 6 feet, they kick you. 6 feet, you land, ball, you stand up again. You they pay you won't cry, but no, now you can't cry in front of your enemy now. You pretend, toughen up, get the ball again, do the guy one kind, give him again, make him fall for ground. But hey, times have changed. Footballers cry on the field now. I see Rodri, they do like this. And like, my coach, so me, I have a very bad football education. You know how they'll kick somebody and be rolling on the floor like Neymar? But the think, let's say, anybody with they kick, we see if he get energy to run, nothing to do. He say if they kick a player, if he fall for ground, you know they shake, there's danger. But when you say they roll around, they do hand like this, nothing they do. I play the play. That same player go club that night, so forget about him. And so that's how my football education is. Like when I'm watching a game and they kick you, you're rolling, you're doing hand, they do. I joke in the joke. I don't know say I don't really do well in competition. I set high standards and expectations for myself, and that has been my strength. Chief, I can set crazy standards. So me too. And I think that if anybody really followed me in my brilliant days, one of the things you will know is hard tackle. As much as I hate that show and I don't like it, but you see, let me tell you one secret. So one day the chairman called us to a meeting and he said, Idafe, you two they win. It's not good for the value of the show or the sponsorship of the show. So you have to lose sometimes. So before we they choose topic, and you bring out we choose. So if I come work early and me I mean say I don't go work late. My standards are very high. I don't go work. So before I don't choose say that this one. So it felt like okay, I was choosing a better argument, and I said okay, you know what? Let's consistently put me on the wrong side of the argument. That's no problem. Because again, I understand my audience. Nigerians are the easiest people to manipulate their emotions. Yeah, if not be true, church for not a fool. I mean somebody they build the axe. So. A country with poverty they like this, you can't be building any other country in the world with, you don't see that kind of big church for Somalia or South Sudan. You can't. But this is a country where you can manipulate people's emotions. So I said, give me any topic, I go win. If you ask me to argue Nicolas Pepe is better than Cristiano Ronaldo, I go win the vote. That's for sure. So I didn't bother. I said, do them anyhow. So they're like, okay, Akeem, always give the other guys, Tony or Yinka or Overdose, the strength side, and then give it for the weak side. I say, Una go tire. Guess what? 5 days of the week, I go wait for. Because naturally, we could be joking now. When we get to that microphone, all better off. It's something I got from playing football. In football, there is no hero worshipping, there is no seniority, there is no legend. So look at it from this angle that when I was playing football, some of the biggest players are those players that have gone to national team. The first thing that you used to know a big player, a senior player is when they don't go national team, man, when they come, before match like this, as they come outside for warm up, their canvas a day up to date. Not be all the mugu, we would go like oil mill, they go buy a cricket canvas. These guys they get brand new canvas, they get their kit bag, their wheel shooters, their sauce, they get those short white sauce. As lucky to be okay, I did travel to go abroad during break. I'll travel abroad, right? Go meet my sister for Holland or go meet my elder brother for UK. But I knew that psychologically, those guys use it to intimidate other people. Me, if I travel, now I don't get my own small money. So I travel, I don't buy the sneakers I want. I like to buy different brands. And in football, because they used to call it shoshorosho, you want to show, right? You want to be noticed. You want to be like very, very conspicuous, right? So I'll go and buy like all those blue color, but back in the day, just used to be black and white. Black, boots, sneakers. People still remember Simeone today, the first player in record to wear white football boots. Because of that, not because he was an excellent footballer, but because of that white boot. And then the guy in Real Betis, I've forgotten his name now, but there's a guy in Real Betis who also in Spanish La Liga was wearing white boot. Think about this was in the 90s, 91, 92, 93. But I still remember them. Then Leonardo, the Brazilian Leonardo, also wore white boot for a period of time. So you can see that it's a very unique thing. Just like Johan Cruyff refused to wear the Adidas stripes, so they designed a jersey for him that had only 2 stripes. Why every other person's own was 3 stripes, his own had only 2 stripes because he had a problem with Adidas. He didn't want to wear the Adidas stripe. He didn't want to advertise Adidas. Just look at it from that angle. And if you look at his Netherlands jersey, go and look at the pictures. Everybody own had 3 stripes. His own had 2 stripes. So you want to be very, very conspicuous in the field. And so when I went to buy boots, whether it's Reebok, whether it's Asics or Puma or Nike or Adidas, I'm looking for a yellow one, a red one, green, blue. So that when I warm up as I run, like, so I find blue, that kind of thing. So it's that kind of mindset that, you know what, this guy, you cannot psychologically defeat me. I cannot lose the game before the game. Before the main game, I can't. So you come aside, you're warming up, you're running on the side, you play the ball up. That thing that Maradona does, you control it, you chest it, cool it out. Because you want they're warming on that half of the field, you're warming on this half. You want them to notice, like, who be that guy? Which wing did they play? I mean, they play against the last season. Which position they play? Who go mark up? That feeling. That's how you win a game. But I don't know if people think like that again. And for me, that's how I like everything that I do. Like you go lose, you go wound. Let's be very, very honest. Competition, and then again, because you're a very competitive person, you also set high standards. So it's also good to set high standards. I know that sometimes for me, it's turned me into a bad person because the expectations I have. I know your standards are too high. I say yes, my standards are high because you have to live up to certain expectation if you're playing in certain position. But not everybody see it like that. Let's move on. Spinner Cosmetics says competition makes you better, not teaches you how to do things differently. It is an eye opener to a new thinking. It now depends on the personality or the brand or to embrace and see creativity. God bless you. Where you guys are, I'm not surprised that you put it that way. So Olubabajide says, Babami, I concur with you. With waiting give me money in life wasn't what I learned from the 4 walls of the university. I know schooling just open up your thought line, your intrinsic capacity. I agree with you on that one. Ugo Franklin says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. For me, the rivalry that still exists today is the Manchester and Liverpool. That rivalry cut across all parts, and also the Rangers Celtic. True. But even the Man United Liverpool rivalry, it doesn't look like a rivalry anymore. It just looks like, one team is better than the other one, and then they just play the game. And that's it. I don't like the energy is not there anymore. Can I go to say there's a rivalry that has been neglected, but if you see this derby live, we respect it. Soweto derby, Orlando Pirates versus Kaiser Chiefs. That derby, those guys derby, Mugu Abeg. Leave all those people. Talk about football. We talk about football here. You talk about Amazulu people. Leave all those people. All those KwaZulu Natal people. You don't talk better people. You talk better fish with meat with the pot, so you say crayfish inside. Who they say crayfish? Lokegale said too many foreign players have watered down the effect of this rivalry. Ramos and Piqué was a Spaniard versus Catalonia, but imagine Vini fighting Neymar because of El Clasico. Okay, I understand that. The other one is say rivalry is very important in football. Sometimes it is the essence of the big fixtures, but this seems to have reduced and made football less interesting, especially the big fixtures. Olafa says some rivalries I've watched: Gala versus Fenerbahce, Soweto derby, Glasgow derby, Casablanca derby. Okay, that Casablanca derby is a very, very big derby anyway. Cairo derby, Al-Ahly Zamalek, and there is 2 Argentina Boca Junior River Plate, and Independent. It's like war. I agree with you on that one as well. So Olubabajide says, I react to bullying by becoming your friend. No, I don't want to be your friend. And then what make you have edge over me? No, you cannot have it. If you be bullied, you don't have an edge over me. You are a troublemaker, and I see. I grew up believing that the best way to conquer territory, I think, is the act of war. To conquer territory is to conquer the strong man of that territory. If you can conquer the strong man, because don't forget, say, I grew up in an area where street fight was an everyday thing. So this street is fighting against that street. Even in football, what would they play? We played it street versus street. That's how we became footballers. We didn't grow up like, go and join club. No. SSL Road versus Boroji, Anire versus this. I played. We now got okay, organized football club. Let's start playing and play like that. Bullies is somebody who have succeeded in conquering the group of people in his area, and then is now the champion. I don't want to be your friend. I know that you have 10, 20, 50, 30 people or 100 people behind you that are subjected to your control because they're afraid of you. If I punch your eye, according to Sokoma or Chomaro, if I punch your eye or break your nose and your nose they bleed, you know that back then fighting, if I give you blood, if you like me, you carry me in that ground. Now that blood I give you, so I'm the winning fight. And if I punch your eye, you call they cry. And you know bullies are not really strong. The other 100 people where you don't subject to slavery, because every bit up, you now those people can't fear you because they fear this guy before. So you are now become a champion of two leagues. So for me, I was always looking for the bully, the next bully that I'll conquer. I was a bully slayer. Be a friend for what? No. Not be a friend. I want to be a friend. All of us said the Independiente and Estudante Stadium 2 day very close, like that of Super Clásicos. Good. You say, imagine the Milan derby almost went unnoticed this past weekend. Milan derby was so rife, even the Italian 90 World Cup had a feel of it. Maybe it's the era people are becoming too soft. That's just my own take. People are becoming too soft. The world is becoming too soft that you just go straight, nobody even cares, nothing. Derby, nobody they even talk of say, oh boy, now derby be this. So all of us say the Milan derby to something else. Even to today, no, not there again. No, not there again. Rivalry, not there again. But I say, I think rivalries make football what it is. When two teams seen as rivals meet, it goes beyond the 3 points on the day and more about bragging right, more of who owns the city. Ibanga says that happened last season between Atland and Enyimba, and that rivalry sweet, even though it not end well. And I think you're talking about Rangers and Enyimba, not Atland and Enyimba. Olafa say Marseille versus Lyon should be the biggest rivalry in France, not PSG. Olarawaju says there was one Frank Bordeaux's goalkeeper that time that was banned, or are you talking of Barthez? No, not Barthez. It was also no. The goalkeeper, France goalkeeper that was banned, Bernard something Lima. Yeah, his name is Lima. Okay, let me search it. I think something Lima. I'm trying to remember now. Is it Bernard Lima? Okay, his name is Bernard Lama. Yeah, Bernard Pascal Maurice Lama is the goalkeeper I was trying to remember. Yep, it's the goalkeeper Bernard Lama. It's not Lima, it's Lama. Bernard Lama is the goalkeeper. He's a black goalkeeper. He was at Lille. He was at Metz, Lens, Paris Saint-Germain. I think that was when he got the ban in 1997. It was a West Ham. Also was at Paris Saint-Germain again. Then he went to Rennes. Very, very, very erratic goalkeeper. But he had his own time. See, despite an interest from La Liga giant Barcelona, Lemar decided to play in Paris and had an excellent start of the season that was cut short by a serious injury September 19th after he saved the penalty against Cannes. Blah 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 blah. Where's the place where they talk about his ban? I've forgotten. I should be able to see it. Talk about it later, okay? But that's the guy that I was talking about. Crazy, very, very good goalkeeper. But hey, football is football. These things happen, just like Pogba. Demola Benny Bryan says even Saka never reached his own position. What are they closer to Martinelli than Saka to the other wing? Abiba Ayodele says Walker even turned his back to the play, which is the most stupidest thing a defender or player can do. Now, my Man City fans, when they complain, they say that to blame their own player. Say una no organize on defense well. They blame somebody else. Say want to do one thing. Lucky Ogale say beside. I think the thing is, when you become so successful in football, you start getting entitled. It happened with Chelsea. It happened with Man United. It happened with Liverpool back in the day. It happened with Arsenal as well, and it's not happening with Man City. And every time that happens, that's the beginning of the end. Because you start feeling like everything should be done on your pace, on your call, on your time, and it doesn't work. Football doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Okay. Lucky Ogale said beside Kyle Walker was already in place before the ball dropped on Martinelli's foot. No more excuse. No, say about I say one of the most incomprehensible thing I've heard from football fans is let's support all English team in the Champions League. I will be like, how? Waiting be my relationship with England for what now? Well, I think it's strange when you hear those things, but maybe the culture of football is changing and it's friendly. But I don't understand. Imagine, do you think that there's a sports fan that would be out there and say Arsenal is playing in Champions League finals against, say, a Real Madrid, AC Milan, Barcelona, or any other team from another country, and they'll say, we're praying that Arsenal should win. For where? I mean that they wait for Arsenal to lose so that they go celebrate. They don't already say should be, they don't even red canopy. They wait for how they go take more Arsenal. And that's what football rivalry is all about. How can you be the person who is supposed to be your rival, you the supporter, you the pray for her, you the wish her well. Sometimes when I see it, I was like, am I the one that is confused here? Or I don't understand. I don't like what you say. When you enter the bus, will the driver wait for you to walk the aisle to the seat? So why should the ref wait for Walker to get back in position? Then will have the say, make Raymond not disappoint me at the end of the season. I'm banking on them to win the league. Banker, whether or not you will wear your size of boots to the market, you will wear them. All of us say with all this evidence attached to Michael Oliver of poor officiating against Arsenal, are you convinced that the Premier League isn't a match fixing institution? I don't talk that one a long time ago now. Don't remind me of what I've been saying to the world. And I remember when Tony used to argue with me that what are you saying? How can you say that? Blah, 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 blah. You don't play ball, you don't understand. There are things I see in this game that you would never see. It's just as simple as that. Now, so Ibanga says that Walker talk, now rubbish talk. Why people never question why coaches don't necessarily make changes when a corner kick is to be played against his side. He knows the officiating team will not wait. Now, so Ibanga say for their players to get into position before the kick is made, they know how dangerous and costly that is. Because says, me, Keke, you, Ferrari. And if you don't do the thing before, you go stop him today. Modiaga, enter background. Elegbete, come to the junction. Let's wait. The beat, I will beat you. The beat. Now, airport, I go wait for you when you come for that your London. And me and Modiaga go beat you, Joy. You should say, right now, I take the Keke from you. You, go and buy Kito Sandal. A trekking, you want to trek. So, from here to Gongola, a trek, you the trek. So, Lucky Ogale says 25 years old Messi played 69 games, blessed us with 91 goals in a 12-month span. No complaint. But all these average side to side pass match and no want us to hear one. Who want watch them? Rodri self. Lucky you get bad maths. This one you get bad maths. Demola very side to side merchant. That's a new one. I'll take that one. Demola say Bernardo Silva saying he like playing against Liverpool than Arsenal is because he find it difficult against Arsenal these days than Liverpool. First off, more with the honest. Which opponent like to play against a strong side? Is there anybody right currently that like to play against Man City? No, because Man City makes you look foolish. Why do you like to play against? Why do everybody like playing against Spurs? Because that's the place you go to win. If you ask any of the old generation of footballers, one team you like to play against, Spurs. Because even if they take a 3-goal halftime lead, you will still beat them 4-3, 5-3. So everybody wants to play against that team where they can score hat-trick. If you go and ask Alan now, which will be the best game, we'll tell you the game when he score hat-trick now. You know what they're saying that last game against Arsenal where they lock up for side pocket. So if he say he likes to play against Liverpool, it's an indictment on Liverpool. I don't like your day to say today's footballers don't know the privilege they enjoy. I watch classic matches and I shake my head. I once wore an old bros. That thing heavy, struggle to run with it compared to what's available today. So let me give you guys a picture. The 1986 Adidas, that's from the Beckenbauer, from before we go to Copa Mundo, the Beckenbauer, before they used to use raw leather. Now everything is synthetic, everything is recycled, it's very light. Before we get to this stage, before Nike came with Total 90, which was regarded as the lightest boot at the time, but now that boot is very heavy. It was raw leather. And let me tell you one problem that maybe people don't remember. When I was playing football, you buy that boot, you play, it will come a tear for the side. You can't go give shoemaker, they'll come swamp, they'll come polish and give you. And there's a problem with that boot. You're playing on the muddy pitch. So halfway through the polish don't come out. What's the use of that polish? To put us in that water no go soak up. So halfway through, water done the penetrator. As you they run, as you imagine that, so water they come out from the place where they take swamp. If you not take that boot, say you can't keep them, it can't dry, you can't bend like this. When you put your leg, why do you think footballers' leg they ugly? When you put your leg, it they pepper you, it they cramp your leg on the inside, but you still need to play ball. The worst part on the rainy day is still good. The worst part now when you go play in the north, where the sun, that's the son of God, they hit you hard. Remember, I said those guys are acclimatized to Ramo. You now, you're not running on this temperature. I don't know anybody's gone to Kano. If you go to Kano, if you touch car like this, there's static energy, the shock. I don't know if you've noticed that there's a level of heat. If you run your hand on cars or wall or any metal surface, and you're going to see the spark, they come out. Now you're playing in that surface. The pitch, now red sand with grass, but it is hard. If you fall, all these places, bruises will go. That time I would get one thing where they call somebody call it tenkobo, somebody call it mokiyash. So imagine you're playing and your boot is getting harder because of the heat. Somebody tell me say footballers now they suffer. Say that they play too many games. You what can be? Oh, you organic can be. I don't know what to worry them. Never let anybody say Haaland told Arteta to stay humble after the game and told Jesus to shut up. Gabriel don't tell him say he go come Emirates. I think that Haaland have earned the right to be arrogant, so I'm not going to do against him. In my playing days, I might do as well as he's done, right? It is not up to the Arsenal players to reply him. I like what they did to Rodri. I'm not one who, I was a recipient of hard tackles, kicks, and all that. It's not a good thing. Tackle, I end my career. But you see, when you play a game and you win, just take your win and go. By coming out to say Arsenal team not get mentality, a mentality they show Rodri so. It's not the Arsenal players injure him, they rushed him back too early. But the thing is, they show the mentality. If the next game come now Arsenal fault anyway, now they refuse to win it, so it's good. If now these things go make them rise up, after all, they talk to them about mentality, we see the mentality. Now this thing will make them rise up to the challenge and beat City, better beating. Then welcome to the club. I don't think there's anything bad there because sometimes insult they make person better, insult they improve person. Truth. Okay, we have 10 more minutes at the end of the show. The extra 30 minutes I had it's almost running out. Someone says people physical capacity is on the decline. Time went by, but mental capacity is on the increase. I remember when I was in JSS1, people I saw at SS3 were men. Now, SS3 kids are in their early teens. I agree with you. Canons say we are over 36 watching this. Please, guys, hit the like button. Well done, Elegbete. Thank you very much. Canos went on to say, watch the Fenerbahce versus Galatasaray game on Saturday. The animosity is insane. Tosi, where have you been? He said, by the way, this Friday, now last Friday of the month, I know. Who are we picking? I already have that person. Ekene says, street rivalry used to exist that year, not just football, even girls. You know, fit come carry girl from my street these days, but now everyone is a Curtis and Yahoo boy. So now when we talk football, so now shower you do for your days. No wonder. Now you walk fighting for street. Yeah, I'm guy. When I go beat on that too, I'll come that Birmingham coming to you. So Olumobajide says Liverpool Everton rivalry is still a bit active. Despite Everton is crumbling. When they meet Liverpool, they would always come to the party. Now, so Ibanga says, bros, this one where you talk, so he get one guy where they from bully when we did JSS. Then now the day one get one of the quiet person in class beat him anyhow, everybody can't adjust. But that's the rule of bullying now. If you beat a bully, everybody with the bad and the koto for him, they'll just consider you with a beat. That's why in school, avoid beating, because they beat you. That talk will go forever. My school class, my class of 94 secondary school, they still talking about me stabbing somebody in school till today. Like, we don't grow. We supposed to have. I beg you, one another do before I go break bottle. You know they tell. Like, people still talk about it. This is 2024. Exactly 30 years ago, I will come out secondary school. Let's see they talk about that. The one Brady Brian says, I think Arsenal versus Spurs is the toughest. No, that one not be rivalry. Yeah, they hate to call Spurs our rival. They'll be mumu. That's not rivalry. They're pretending to be our rival, but that's not a football match. I think Arsenal versus Spurs is the toughest rivalry in England right now, considering the way the derby is whenever both teams play. But I mean, the rivalry between the fans is crazy, especially on game day. There's serious work for police. Olafat says just one game and Martinelli is looking good with Calafiori, and Arteta never add Merino to that angle. Arteta, cool. When I tell them, I say the problem not be Martinelli. Now, who they play that side? When that midfield complete, you will see the best of Martinelli once again, and then you would understand that it was never a problem with Martinelli. It's just the setup of the team. Just the same way, it's not looking like Bukayo Saka is not much of a threat. It's only a threat from corner kick, not much of a threat because Odegaard is no longer there. Imagine Bukayo Saka play like this for the next 2 seasons. Now, I can't say they sell him. So now the same thing that happened to Martinelli. Get Merino in, get a midfielder who passes the ball. Declan Rice is not a passer, a play breaker. So they occupy space, they Mario like Ogomogoro, but you don't really know how. Like when you get the ball, now English players not the pass ball, apart from Paul Scholes and Gerrard of those days. The pure English players, but now exceptional ones like Gascoigne, Pomarsin, and a few. The regular English players are route one. They get the ball, boom, kick it up. But when you talk about the technicalities of knowing that, okay, this guy, if I take the ball from him, I go draw the attention of that defender or that midfielder, and then I go slot the ball in a perfect position. English players don't get that kind of thing. But we'll see what happens. Devil Adoni Brian says, since when Tony say nice kick about with the boys, he not see win against Arteta Arsenal again. At the same thing, Alan they look for, so they go, I'm making no worry. But then we've come to the end of the show today. I'm sure you enjoyed the different version of the show today. Let's do it again tomorrow. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do want to subscribe. Help us to grow. It will not take anything away from you. This week we'll hopefully Jonathan Akpobore or what's his name now? Or Etimesin will be our legend that will bring in. And good news, I spoke to Tarila Okorowanta today, and we had an agreement for an interview. So I don't know. I would need to have to now package myself and start going to Bayelsa. Hopefully, we'll get it done, and you will see that one. I'm sure that's a story that you guys want to hear. Tarila Okorowanta, and hopefully I go get Ajasco, Humphrey Jeba, and Humphrey Adobo as well. And then a few other ones like that. We will try. And Felix Owolabi, Shego Degbami, few of these guys, and then my former chairman, Adoge Ahmed Semaka, and then Christian Chukwu, and then we keep on Imao Kala, keep on pushing it like that and see. But hey, we'll see. Can I say, Scholes and Gerrard, man, know the game again. Oh. Right, that's how we go on the show today. Thank you very much for your time. Let's do this again tomorrow. God bless you. Thanks for always supporting this channel. Hopefully one day we will give you back result for the support that you've been giving us all the years. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. So, please reach out to me on my DM on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. Okay? That place is very, very urgent. Bye-bye.